companies really have to focus what are the requirements, what are the challenges of my customers, my target customer group, and how can I fulfill those customer needs with my solution, rather than focus on it is open source, it is marketing for an open source product. It needs to be a combination of both, the marketing side of why open source helps for this product and why the product and what needs the product really fulfills in terms of customer needs and requirements. And that is a point where I think many technology companies have to focus a little bit more on it, and therefore marketing specialists in the open source arena can help them a lot to satisfy those needs.
And product management sits between sales, marketing, development. So there are all these different expectations towards product development. How in the past did you manage to balance all these expectations to roll out a good product in the end?
Within Novell, I experienced you can follow and set up a strategy, a product strategy. You can follow that product strategy because it is a mid to long-term strategy. And you sometimes even can afford to say no to some specific requirements from one customer if it doesn't fit into the product strategy for the whole market. And balancing this is different to, for example, a startup like Open-Xchange or startups in the open source arena in general, where you need to build up customer reference stories, you need to win strategic accounts, and therefore the balancing process is much more important, as you probably will develop some functionality, solve some solutions specifically for one customer, even if you know it might not be the market, a market necessity, just for the fact getting that references.
What do you think, how did the acquisition of Zimbra by Yahoo change marketing of Open-Xchange?
What happened in the market is that suddenly many end customers really saw, okay, there are viable solutions out there. Which other viable solutions besides Zimbra are on that market? And as our brand was stronger in Europe and in EMEA, Zimbra's was very strong in US. Suddenly a lot of US people also looked at Open-Xchange, saying, okay, they are providing similar solutions, they're providing software as a service solutions, and that helped also Open-Xchange to focus on that market and being seen as a viable market player.
And how did product management and marketing change when SUSE was acquired by Novell?
SUSE itself hasn't had this bandwidth to really focus on 4 different, let's say, continents or geographics, so to say. But with Novell, we suddenly had the possibility to do so, to be spread this word much more out. And it was obviously, from a messaging point of view, important for the customers to get the reliability and take away the fear which was at that point in the market. Okay, SUSE being bought by Novell, now SUSE Linux is getting a proprietary solution. This was never the case to be addressed when SUSE was on its own. But having Novell together as a strong, let's say, mother company, it suddenly became an issue because people compared NetWare with SUSE. So we had to refocus again, okay, no worries, Novell is 100% committed on strategies like open source on Linux, and we will continue that path. And therefore, this marketing approach changed a little bit to make sure that that reliability stays in the market and it's being a viable message.
Which piece of advice do you have for aspiring marketing experts?
Which I think is very important for product managers and marketing people, that they first really stand up and at the end of the day first do their homework. Because what I mean with that is very often you see a technology coming out of the development teams and departments and pushing it on the table of marketing experts, saying, okay, market it. It's a great product, you will sell it like butter. But nobody looked at the market they want to serve. The only value proposition is open source. I think that's too less for the end customer at the end of the day.